Mr. President.
The senator from California.
In a moment, I'm going to ask this body to pass legislation requiring the Department of Defense to show Congress and the American people the September 2nd video of strikes that killed 2 survivors on a shipwrecked vessel after the administration's first strike disabled the craft. The American people deserve to see this video and to witness what is being done in their name. The administration has proudly published the footage of countless other strikes, including the first one from the very same day, believing it could do so without compromising any sources or methods used by our military or intelligence services. This FOB footage should be no different. Since the beginning of this campaign of unauthorized strikes against boats in the Caribbean and Eastern Pacific, there's been one key feature from this administration: an eagerness to push out the videos of these attacks. We first learned about these strikes when video of an attack was published by the President of the United States, who posted the video of it on his social media. That was video of the first strike on September 2nd. And in the strikes since, strikes that have killed nearly 100 people in the last few months, the attacks have been announced to the world by the President and the Secretary of Defense, posting videos of them on their social media. And last week, we saw the administration distribute lengthy footage of the seizure of an oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela. So why not release the video of the second strike that the administration ordered on September 2nd? Why is the administration hiding it behind closed doors, sharing it with only a small handful of members, and leaving the rest of Congress and the country in the dark? What is it about the killing of these 2 survivors that the administration is unwilling to let the people see? The legality of the entire campaign of striking these boats and killing those on board, rather than interdicting and arresting them, has been called into serious question. An attack on shipwrecked sailors is expressly prohibited by the laws of war. The rationale for hiding this video seems far less about any nebulous claim of the need to protect sources or methods, and far more about protecting the administration from accountability and oversight that the American people demand. This legislation is simple. Make this video available, first, in full and without edits, to all members of Congress. And then, if there is any legitimate basis to be concerned with the revelation of some source, method, modus operandi, or technology that isn't already apparent with the eager release of all the other videos, make it public with proper redaction. Surely, the same people who helped scrub and declassify every other video the Pentagon has publicly posted can be enlisted to do the same for this one. Or is the so-called most transparent administration in history afraid of what this video would show? Would it show a clear violation of the laws of war, which use the killing of shipwrecked combatants as the textbook definition of illegal use of force? The truth on this is going to come out. We know that it will. Let it be now. We already know from the reports of our colleagues who have seen the video what it shows. A first strike on a boat, then a short while later, a second strike on the disabled wreckage of the boat, and 2 survivors, killing them. Now, I should make clear, none of these strikes is lawful because these targets are not combatants. There is no imminent threat of invasion, and there is no legal authorization in the United States or international law for the use of military force for drug interdiction alone. We have condemned campaigns of extrajudicial killings in other countries that have done so to allegedly combat the drug trade, like the Philippines under Duterte, and we must not engage in that conduct here. But the second strike on September 2nd compounds the illegality. It flies directly in the face of laws and values that underpin the U.S. military. So I ask my colleagues to support this bill, allow this legislation to pass, and ensure that we are not hiding information from the American people. After all, the President of the United States said he was fine with releasing the footage. Whatever they have, he said, we'd certainly release, no problem. It's time we hold the President to his promise to be transparent with the American people. Our service members and their families deserve nothing less. Right now, we have a massive military force in the region. We have killed almost 100 people. We are beginning a blockade of a country with which we are not at war and with which the American people do not want us to go to war, not over regime change, as despicable as the Maduro regime is. The American people do not want to go to war over regime change, which is apparently the real objective here. We should pass a war powers resolution to make clear that Congress does not support a military campaign that may draw us into another endless war or destabilize the region. And we can start by releasing the video of one deadly strike already undertaken, but the evidence of which has been withheld from the American people. I urge passage of this bill. And so, as if in legislative session, and notwithstanding Rule 22, I ask unanimous consent that the Senate proceed to the immediate consideration of the bill at the desk to require the release of video strikes conducted on September 2nd, 2025, against designated terrorist organizations in the area of responsibility of the U.S. Southern Command, that the bill be considered, read 3 times and passed, and the motion to reconsider be considered, made, and laid upon the table.
Is there an objection?
Mr. President.
The senator from Oklahoma.
I reserve the right to object. Mr. President, the junior senator from California knows good and well what classifications mean, because he sat 15 years on the House Intelligence Committee until his clearance was pulled in 2023. He understands classifications. He understands when certain things can be exposed and certain things cannot because of the sensitivities of it. He also understands that committees of jurisdiction are privileged with the correct clearance to be able to watch this video, because the junior senator from California stated that himself, that it has been showed to not a partisan but a bipartisan group of individuals that do have the accurate oversight and clearances to watch it. Now, what is this really about? Politics? Maybe. Because during the junior senator's time on the House Intelligence Committee, then President Obama had 500 strikes on terrorist organizations, which, let's keep in mind, we are striking terrorist organizations and no one is denying that. There's 24 cartels that are being deemed terrorist organizations that's poisoning our streets, that's killing our families, that's killing our friends, that's affecting all of our homes, all of our streets, and all of our states all across the country. In fact, to the tune that there has been more people killed in 2024 by drug overdoses by the sum of 10,000 more individuals than we lost with U.S. personnel in the entire Vietnam War. If that's not an attack on us, I don't know. If that's not a terrorist organization that's truly poisoned our streets, then I don't know. But during the time that the junior senator in California said on Intel, not one time did he ever ask for the release of the same videos from the Obama administration that killed 3,700 individuals, including U.S. citizens. Now, if you would think there would be transparency that needed to be released, we would want to see the videos at least on U.S. citizens that was killed in this manner, not these narco boats that's poisoning our streets. But that's really wasn't what this is about. And the junior senator from California knows that. This is all about politics. That's what this is about. Why are we protecting the ones that are poisoning our streets? Shouldn't we be trying to protect the ones that are on our streets? I don't think it's crazy to think that we want to be proactive about going after narco boats. I for sure want to. I have zero issue with this. I've been able to be briefed. I know the junior senator was recently briefed. He's just upset that he may not have the clearances to watch the video anymore. But there is sensitive material, and it was clearly explained why it can't be released. And of all the people in this chamber, the junior senator from California knows when it's in certain classifications, there's a reason for that. So with that, I object.
The objection is heard.
Mr. President.
The senator from California.
First, as my colleague served on the Intelligence Committee when I chaired the committee, he should well know that members of Congress actually don't hold clearances that can be revoked. We either serve on certain committees or we don't. But more to the point, in listening to my colleague, address this motion to release the video to the American people, I've heard very little of the basis for an objection to releasing this video, except some nebulous claim that somehow this footage must be classified. And I would pose this question to my colleagues. Do you recognize that this video has already been partly displayed to the American people? That is, the administration was all too proud to show the first part of this same video, the first attack on this ship, to the American people. There was no objection, obviously, to classification or source and method. They showed that to the whole world. They just didn't show all of us the rest of that video. That is, they only showed the footage of the first strike. What they withheld was the footage of the killing of the survivors of the strike. And to make the claim here without basis that, well, somehow the continuation of that footage is confidential, but the beginning of that footage showing the first attack can be released without injury to sources and methods, just doesn't pass the smell test. This is going to come out. It's just a question of how long we have to fight to make this available to the American people. But if the administration is proud of this, if the administration are proud of what it's doing in the name of the American people, they should be proud to show this video to the American people. And we should hold the president, who said, whatever they have, we'd certainly release, no problem. We should hold the president to that commitment. And with that, I yield back.